The only flaw that I was seeing afterwards in that design that they set up is that if you don't watch out and you only watch at your goals and your careers, what you want to accomplish, you forget to actually also enjoy the moments of.
Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Next Level Lifestyles, where we connect you with various locations, realtors, and lifestyles worldwide. And today I am so excited. We have Candy Hazel with KW Aruba. Good morning, Candy.
Good morning. Good morning.
So happy to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be here too. It's nice to get a moment to share.
Oh my gosh, this is what it's all about, connecting and sharing and having great synergy. And before we get into the show, I just want to share with everyone a little bit about, first off, how you and I got connected. And then I also want to share with everyone kind of your background.
Yeah.
So I saw a post, Amina Blake, who is an amazing woman here in that leads KW in West Hartford, Connecticut. She is just such a powerhouse. And I saw that she was on vacation in Aruba. And, you know, she's like, oh, I'm just visiting Candy here in Aruba, KW. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, and I just reached out to Candy. I'm like, Candy, like, I would love to connect with you. I love meeting people from other countries, especially realtors, because we're in every corner of every part of the world. And then I was like, hey, do you want to connect? And now here we are.
I'm so happy that I got the opportunity to be able to talk to Amina. I was following her also on social media when I joined KW. I saw that she had a great platform and some of the stuff that learning tool for us here. And yeah, we're not at that level as yet, but we're trying to get there. So it's nice to see some of the other agents that are just a little more ahead with technology. So it was such a great honor to be able to meet her and just to share how things are going and show her some of the amazing properties we have here on the island.
Lifestyle in the Netherlands versus in Aruba, and how you said like, wow, I wanted to see, you know, why maybe you wanted a different lifestyle, right? Maybe it was just calling you home.
It's all about that first trip. It really is all about that first trip. I didn't know what I was missing until I came here for the first time. And for me, at the end of the day, why I kept coming back and I eventually lived here was I missed not being able to have the ease of going to see my family whenever I wanted. So, I don't have nothing to do. There's nothing on Netflix. I'm just going to swing by my dad. I'm just going to swing by my aunt. And I couldn't do that in Europe. So in Europe, I was living a very isolated, career-orientated life. Everything was work. Everything was personal growth, which is great. But I didn't really have a life or a social life. So for me to be able to connect so deeply with my family, that meant a lot to me. It had such a huge impact also on the lives of my kids. So for me to have Christmas dinner with 20 to 25 people versus to sit alone in Europe with just me and my kids, and that was, you can't compare. You just want to have that company, because even if you don't have a lot of family members here, people really try to organize family events. And those is things that I didn't used to have living in Europe. My mom was living in Europe, but if I would see her, she also lived in Europe for such a long time. We'll make an appointment. Maybe next month I'll see you, and she'll come by for an hour, 2 hours, and then she would leave again. Her husband is also Dutch. So for her, she kind of integrated in how they live there versus here. It's more welcoming, it's more warm, and that's what really touched my heart. I think for myself also, it made me reflect on how I view life. When you live in Europe, we're trained, especially if you go to college there, to focus on your future, focus on your career. You have to have a 5 years plan, a 10 years plan. So they expect you to look ahead into your future, what it is that you want to do, so you can try to accomplish some of these goals. I mean, for a young professional, that is amazing. That is great, because they're giving you like a guideline how to prepare yourself, how you want to shape your future. And if you shape it correctly, you can see the results of all the hard work that you put in. The only flaw that I was seeing afterwards in that design that they set up is that if you don't watch out and you only watch at your goals and your careers, what you want to accomplish, you forget to actually also enjoy the moments of life and enjoy the little things that don't have nothing to do with a career. Just being happy and being able to share moments with family members. I remember working there and sacrificing a lot of my free time with my degrees and working extra hours just to get that extra experience, that extra skill, and not being home. At the time when I was married with my husband, also with the kids, it was also putting like a strain on the relationship because I was just working so much. In my mind, I had to accomplish certain things to meet my timeline that I had set out. And even though I had kids, I didn't want to step back and work less and do less because then I would not have accomplished it in the time frame that my schedule was made in. So it was very hard when I came here to just accept, okay, life is not only about a schedule and it's not only about a career, because I had a career, but my kids were in the daycare. I had other people raising my kids. I'm not an active role into their life because you cannot be both. We try to tell yourself that you want to be both, especially being a woman, but why you cannot be both? I cannot work more than 40, 48 hours a week, going into 50, 56 hours and still expect to be actively there and have this big role in my kids' lives and in their morning routine if I'm rushing.
That's right.
Because I'm rushing to be on time. I'm rushing to make this appointment. I'm rushing to do that extra thing. So I had to learn to make sacrifices and choices. And that was so hard because it was like, that's not fair. Not because I'm a woman. Why do I have to always work part-time? And why do I have to give in? So you have to find that balance. And I was not really finding it in Europe because there was too much that I wanted to do. So I wasn't giving myself a chance to also be part of my kids' life and my family's life.
It was like a height in my career, one of the heights,
Yeah.
but then I was at the bottom of my life. You know, like my health was awful. My relationships, I would sacrifice everything for that. I would sacrifice everything around me, all the, you know, close relationships to be able to serve people. So what I learned was we need to learn how to serve without dis-serving ourselves. You know,
exactly.
It's like being on an airplane, you know, put the mask on yourself first before you put the mask on others. So my passion and like part of what this podcast is about is helping people, whether it's agents or clients, number one, realize and accomplish their dreams through real estate. Whether they're helping people buy or sell, or, you know, someone that's like, I want to relocate, I want to realize my dreams, you know, but I'm afraid to make that move. And just showing people that there are different ways that you can live your life and have a good quality of life and have good balance. And I don't know all the secrets yet, but I've made it my mission to help others because I was almost at burnout, you know, right. And it's like, it's a real thing. And I had to pick myself up and be like, what's important? Like, you know, my voice is raspy now, Candy, but I didn't have a voice. I would be talking, my voice would just stop because I was so out of whack as far as like taking care of myself. And that just shows to like, okay, what's most important, Alexa? So
exactly.
Right.
I recognize that. So, and I'm so glad that you just pointed that out as well, because sometimes we underestimate it, especially we trying to say like, oh, it's not that bad. Or as a woman, maybe, you know, I should just do that extra or go that extra mile. So it also looks that we can do it. But you could just have to always remember yourself and remember to just not limit yourself, but not go over your limit. And that is something I also had to learn. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, okay, today's for my kids, today's for the family, and tomorrow I will do it. You cannot do it all the way that you have it envisioned. So you have to find that balance. And that is something really that I learned here in Aruba, because in the Netherlands, I would just keep going and going and going. And I'm seeing myself going backwards physically because my body is telling me it's enough. You need more sleep. You need to take time to eat a little better and healthier. You're not taking in enough nutritions, but you're going full speed. And I'm not listening because I want to keep going and going.
Awesome. Well, Candy, it's been such a pleasure. Is there anything else that we need to cover? Any last thoughts?
I think one more thing I do want to share also with the people that are listening, despite that the island is very small, we have a very international outreach to different countries all over the world. We even have people from Iran here, Arabic people. It's amazing to see all those different cultures. And because it's such a wide range of different cultures. I just want people to be aware there's also great investment opportunities here business wise. I also have a few of my commercial listings that you try to outreach internationally for people that are willing to invest in businesses here, that there's endless opportunities from F&B businesses, food and beverage, to in being in tourism. We have car rental options. There's a lot of stuff that people can do here to still say, okay, if it's not only real estate, there's other real estate options that also come with a business. So we do have business owners that say, okay, I don't want to downsize or relocate, so I'm just selling the whole business with the property, the staff, and the running operational business and permits and shares. So it's turnkey investment for somebody to just be able to dive in there. So that's good for them to know.
So great. And that being said, any realtors that are listening, know that Candy is happy to connect, because let's be real, there's so many international opportunities, like you said.
Yeah.
And the more as realtors we can network with one another and share and, you know, share what everyone's doing and, you know, properties available, just opportunities available, I think is just so key. So I think we covered it, Candy. What do you think?
Yes, I do. And I'm really happy that I was able to share with everyone. And I'm so glad to finally meet you, Alexa. It's so great to be on the show and be able to share with everyone how everything is going here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that being said, thank you all for listening to another episode of Next Level Lifestyles with Candy Hazel with KW Aruba. Thank you so much.